Hello and welcome to another Heroes of the Storm Quick Tip. Today I wanted to talk about compositions and identifying their win conditions. So, in this case, we have Cursed Hollow and two very different kinds of compositions. So we'll start with the more obvious one. This composition is essentially a blow-up comp. It's making up for its lack of macro with Abathur, since Abathur can essentially soak two lanes. And all their heroes are designed to blow somebody up. So, Muradin, jump in, Stormbolt, do a combination of abilities, etc. Karzim, you go Iron Fist, you jump in at 10, you get 7-sided strike, also very good. Tracer, obviously, again, just a backline harasser. And the same with Chen, can also be a backline harasser. And effectively, how this plays out is they just roam as a gank party and look for picks, while Abba does a lot of the heavy lifting on the macro. And then later in the game, when bosses' contention becomes more important or they want to siege on us, then they can either double up on Tracer and really go after the backline, and then Polymorph is no longer just an instant answer because there's two of them, or they can double up on Muradin, and not only do they have much more hard CC, but they have two big bulky tanks in the back line, again, that they can just leap in and really stretch us in terms of how much defense we can realistically have. In fact, we picked Mei specifically to try and counter this comp, as it was our last pick, and because many of the other tanks were banned, ETC, Diablo, etc. And so what happens here is Mei's uniquely designed to counter this kind of pressure, because not only does she have a blind, but if you throw Blizzard on top of your backliners, notice that they're almost all melee except Tracer, and even Tracer benefits from being in melee range, and they can't really go into the Blizzard. Or they can, but they also will most likely get stunned out of it. Similarly, you have Avalanche or Ice Wall, both of which can be really useful peel tools. Ice Wall, especially in Cursed Hollow, you can literally just make parts of the map inaccessible. So as long as you get your crew ahead of the other enemy team, you can just split them off completely. And yeah, technically they can get around that. They can murder and jump over, and then Karzim jumps to him. But it's all a lot of extra steps, and realistically, it's not going to happen most of the time. So then that's a blow up comp. And what's our win condition then? Well, our win condition normally is to go front to back. We just want to hit whoever we can hit safely and force them back, and eventually we will win a team fight, because D.Va is essentially two heroes. We have good solid DPS. We have a tank with essentially 2 life bars, and we have Brightwing for burst heals and burst prevention between all the spell armor and phase heal. So that's the big thing. And so against these comps specifically, since they collide in terms of their win condition, you don't really play front to back against this. We're just going to counter engage into them when they jump on us. We're going to attempt to back up, run away, keep our backliners alive after they use the first set of cooldowns and or heroics, and then we're going to isolate a target with polymorph and delete them. And that is our win condition. And so when you look at these, you want to identify how each team is going to try and win, whether that be macro, blow up on one target, some kind of a wombo combo like Apocalypse and Void Prison being a good example of one, or if they're going to do, like I said, front to back, where they're just a generic, they do everything somewhat well, and they're just going to hit what they can safely and whittle you down. Double support's also good iteration of this idea, where you're just going to win every team fight as long as it goes long enough. So you want your fights to go longer than whatever your opponent wants to do, because eventually you will win out with the extra healing and support. Okay, I hope that was helpful for identifying your win condition as a comp. Have a great day.